Is there any surprise that MSNBC has some of the lowest ratings on cable news TV? You have people like Melissa Harris Perry making comments about Darth Vader being black and the fact that he was black while he was being a deadbeat dad to Luke Skywalker. Come on. First of all, that tells me you don't know much about Star Wars. Now, I don't know much about Star Wars myself, so I can't really say much. But I wouldn't get on TV and talk like that if I didn't know much about Star Wars. But I know that Darth Vader was never black. The voice at one point was by James Earl Jones when he had the mask on, because of the mask that he wore. It produced that type of voice. But that doesn't mean just because James Earl Jones was the voice that he was black. And it doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, you talk about diversity in movies. You talk about diversity in movies, but then when you have someone who is black, you want them to be the perfect person. I don't get it. It's like, okay, in every movie you have a villain and you have a good guy. And at a certain point, if you want diversity, the black guy has to be the villain and they also have to be the good guy. Not just one way or the other, not just however you feel at that moment they should be portrayed. I'm going to go ahead and show you the clip of her actually getting into her diatribe, and we'll come right back.
I have feelings, good, bad, and otherwise, about Star Wars, and I have a lot. I spent the whole day talking about the whole Darth Vader situation.
Really?
Oh.
You could?
Yeah, like the part where he was totally a black guy whose name basically was James Earl Jones.
Right.
And we were all, and, but while he was black, he was terrible and bad and awful and used to cut off white men's hands and didn't, you know, actually claim his son. But as soon as he claims his son and goes over to the good, he takes off his mask and he is white. Oh, yes, I have many, many feelings about that, but I will try to put them over here. Why do
Good
people...
luck with that.
Yeah. Why do people love Star Wars so much?
So you saw it. You saw what was going on. Now, see, it's exactly what I was saying. Who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch MSNBC and hear Melissa Harris Perry go on talking about Star Wars and complaining about racism in the movie? I mean, come on. Come on. Everything can't be about race. At a certain point, we have to just look at a movie for what it is. And, you know, I kind of blame J.J. Abrams a little bit for this, for, you know, putting that black guy prominently in the trailers. And it was, you know, it's not just because he's black. It's because he's using them kind of as a pawn to push diversity on people. I'm not mad at diversity, but at the same time, I'm kind of mad at the patronage and the obvious, look, I have a black guy. Look, I have a woman. It's a little much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to put diverse characters in the movie, they don't have to be paraded around like toys. Just have them in the movie and let the movie be good and let the movie speak for itself. But see, this is Melissa Harris Perry's MO. This is MSNBC's MO. And quite frankly, I don't even understand why they keep doing it. I think there was a story a while ago, and if the story is accurate, because right now I'm recording, I'm not actually researching, I'm just kind of freestyling. But if there was an actual story that exists out there about how MSNBC at one point was trying to go more conservative to get more views, I'll go ahead and put that right on the screen and or in the description box below. But this isn't her first time going off on a crazy rant about racism. It, you know, really just stretching, completely stretching, making stuff up. And it's to the point where you like, wow, how did you get at that conclusion from what we were talking about before or what has led up to this? Roll it.
Trying to wrangle the current Republican Party into line.
But let's be fair. If there's somebody who is a hard worker, when he goes to Washington, is Paul Ryan. Not only works with the Republicans, but Democrats. You know as well, very well that I work on the immigration issue, trying to get Republicans to support immigration reform. Paul Ryan is somebody who has supported immigration reform, has worked with somebody like Luis Gutierrez. Luis Gutierrez is very respectful, speaks highly of Paul Ryan. This is somebody who's trying to govern.
Alfonso, I feel you, but I just want to pause on one thing, because I don't disagree with you. you that I actually think Mr. Ryan is a great choice for this role. But I want us to be super careful when we use the language hard worker, because, I mean, I actually keep an image of folks working in cotton fields on my office wall, because it is a reminder about what hard work looks like. So I feel you that he's a hard worker. I do, but in the context of relative privilege. And I just want to point out that when you talk about work-life balance and being a hard worker, the moms who don't have health care, who are working on...
I understand that.
But we don't call them hard workers. We call them failures. We call them people who are sucking off the system. No, really, y'all do. That is really what you guys do as a party.
That is very unfair. I think we cannot generalize about the Republican Party. I agree.
That's true. Not all Republicans. That is certainly true.
Romney did a terrible job about connecting with the middle class. But if Paul Ryan...
So how do you say that being a hard worker is something that is only relegated to black folks? Or how do you bring up slavery when the term hard work is invoked? Doesn't make any sense. I don't think it makes any sense. You know, and it wasn't even a situation where that was appropriate. He was talking about Paul Ryan being a hard worker. Like, he was basically trying to defend him on the show, and it wasn't anything about any racism or anything like that. And she says that some people call them lazy and moochers, this, that, and the third. It's like, look, everyone knows what we're talking about when we say lazy. People that are moochers, that's people that don't work, people that are not trying to get off of their hind parts and be something in life. I think most people understand that some people need help every now and again. This is why people are charitable. They have church organizations. They have places where people can get the assistance that they need. But to just live on the government assistance and not do anything for yourself, that right there is being lazy. That is somebody that is not ambitious in life. And beyond just people feeling like they're being robbed of their tax money, for people that don't want to be anything in life, beyond that, you have the person who is on these programs that never get off. They will always be stuck in a cycle of dependence. Of course, Democrats like it because those are going to be lifetime voters. Because if someone is stuck in dependence and they rely on the Democrat Party to give them more and more benefits, what better way to continue to get votes as a Democrat than to give them more and more benefits, and or at least promise the benefits? The benefits may not even come, but as long as you promise them something, they'll keep coming back to you. They'll be loyal as a hound dog. And that's the whole game. At a certain point, people got to see through it. And I think this is what has risen to Donald Trump, because people are tired of these games. People are tired of being played. Even the people that are on these government programs, they're starting to wake up, and they are understanding that this is a zero-sum game. They'll never be able to get out. They'll never be able to win. The longer you keep being dependent upon government assistance and government programs, the deeper you'll become into it. Years of your life go past, and these are years that you're not being able to develop skills. You're not networking with people to be able to develop some type of business relationships with the outside world. You're going to be constantly dependent upon one party, one politician, one form of assistance after the other to be able to live. And that ain't no way for no human being in the United States to live. This is a country of entrepreneurs and people that really make something out of nothing. True hard workers. So, Melissa Harris Perry, if you're listening to this, you sound ridiculous when you're talking about hard work being a racially charged term. When you're talking about Star Wars and you're trying to invoke racism out of that, you're reaching. You know, I understand what MSNBC is. It's kind of like to counterbalance to Fox News, even though Fox News isn't even as ridiculous with their conservatism as MSNBC is with their liberalism. But at a certain point, come on. Darth Vader was never black. There's been prequels where they showed him without his mask on. And matter of fact, if I didn't put up the article from my man, what's my man's name? I'm going to check it right now. Yes, on Kane TV, my man Robert Laurie put up an article. I'll go ahead and put those bullet points up right here so you can see. That's all I got to say about this video. I just think that Melissa Harris Perry, you're just out of control. Stop it. That's all I got to say. If you like what you heard in this video, please rate, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.